After my brother lost his wife, his daughter moved in with me. Now he claims I chose her over him and broke our family. Hey Reddit, I need some perspective on a family situation that's been driving a huge wedge between me and my brother Vince. He's in his 40s. It's all about his two daughters, Kia, who's 19, and Lily, who's 7, and how Kia has been living with me for over a year now. This has caused some serious drama in our family, and I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong. So here's the background. My brother Vince was married to Beth, who was the mother of both Kia and Lily. Sadly, Beth passed away shortly after giving birth to Lily. That loss was devastating for everyone, especially the kids. After Beth died, Vince remarried a woman named Michelle, who eventually adopted Lily as her own daughter. Kia, however, never really accepted Michelle as her stepmom, and things got tense quickly. For context, I have my own family, my husband and kids, and I've always been really close with Kia. Over the past year, Kia has been living with me, and it's been a tough choice that's really fractured my relationship with Vince. My wider family is also divided over this, with some siding with Vince and Michelle, and others supporting Kia and me. I want to give you the full picture because this isn't just a simple custody or family dispute. There's a lot of history and hurt behind it. So let me explain how everything unfolded and why Kia ended up living with me instead of her dad. Beth's pregnancy with Lily was complicated from the start. While she was pregnant, doctors diagnosed her with a heart condition that made her health fragile and put both her and Lily at serious risk. The medical team planned to deliver Lily early so that both mom and baby would have the best possible chance of survival. Here's where things got tricky. Vince asked Beth to wait longer in the hopes that the baby could develop a bit more before being born, despite the risk this posed to Beth's health. Unfortunately, Beth died just hours after Lily was born prematurely. Kia, who was only around 18 at the time, overheard a lot of the conversations and decisions leading up to Beth's death. She held Vince responsible for asking Beth to wait, and she blamed him for losing her mother. This blame wasn't something she kept quiet. It was loud, painful, and emotional. This moment started the rift between Kia and her dad, but it's just the beginning of a long and painful story. Less than a year after Beth passed, Vince remarried Michelle, a woman in her 40s who seemed eager to be a mother to Lily. Michelle legally adopted Lily, which made her Lily's official mom in every sense except biological. However, the way Michelle and Vince handled Lily's upbringing rubbed Kia the wrong way. Michelle would often tell Lily things like, "The day you were born was the happiest day of my life," or "Your dad and I have been so lucky to have you." To outsiders, and sometimes even family members, it looked like Michelle was Lily's biological mother. Kia felt erased. She saw her dad replace her mom so quickly and replace her mom's memory with Michelle's presence. She felt like Lily was being taken from her, that her mother's identity was being erased, and that her dad was betraying Beth's memory. This caused Kia to drift further away from Vince and Michelle, fueling the conflict even more. Kia's pain turned into anger and resentment. She told her dad she hated him and accused him of betraying her mother. She said things no kid should have to say to their parent, wishing he had died instead of Beth, blaming him for stealing her mom's place. She also told Michelle she hoped Beth haunted her for stealing Lily. As painful as this sounds, it reflects how deeply hurt Kia was. Because of these explosive feelings, Vince and Michelle responded by limiting contact between Kia and Lily. They didn't want Lily to overhear the tension or hear bad things about her dad or Michelle, so they stopped the girls from spending time together. They also forbade Kia from talking about Beth around Lily. This created a wedge not just between Kia and her dad, but between the two sisters too. Kia was being pushed out of the family in more ways than one. Throughout all of this, I've always been close to Kia. She's my niece, and I saw how isolated and hurt she was. Most of the wider family sided with Vince and Michelle, seeing Kia as a rebellious teenager tormenting a grieving dad and his new wife. But I understood Kia's side, her grief, her feeling of betrayal, and her struggle with all these changes. I also felt Vince and Michelle had handled things badly, especially in how they erased Beth's memory and shut Kia out. I tried to be there for Kia when no one else was. I got criticized for taking sides, but honestly, I felt like helping her was the right thing to do. When Kia turned 18, she asked if she could live with me and my family. I said yes without hesitation, thinking it was better than letting her be on her own, given how volatile things were at home. Kia moving in with me wasn't just about providing a roof. It was about giving her a safe space where she could process everything and feel supported. However, Vince was furious. He wanted me to kick Kia out and bring her back home. When I refused, it led to months of silence between us. He later reached out through other family members, accusing me of choosing Kia over him. He sent me screenshots of text exchanges where Kia called him out, saying things like he didn't deserve to be happy and that he should have stayed single after what he did to their mom. I told him flat out that I wasn't kicking her out and that he needed to stop trying to force the issue. The messages Vince shared were harsh and upsetting, but I don't blame Kia for being angry. I think it's a reflection of how much pain she's been carrying. Vince saw me as enabling her to attack him, but I saw myself as protecting her from being thrown out and abandoned. We haven't had a real conversation in months, and the family tension has only grown worse. My parents have weighed in, telling me I should help Kia find somewhere else to live so that the family doesn't break apart anymore. They say Vince only wants the best for Lily, and that Kia has been unfair and harsh about the whole situation. They've suggested that I'm being unfair to Vince and that I'm helping divide the family further. But how can I punish my own niece when she's been through so much? How can I tell her to leave after everything she's suffered? So, Reddit, here I am, caught in the middle of a messy, painful family drama. I'm trying to support Kia, who's hurting and needs me. Vince feels betrayed and thinks I've chosen Kia over him. I'm asking, AITA for letting Kia live with me and standing by her side, even when it's dividing my family. Should I have kicked her out to try and save the peace? Or am I doing the right thing by prioritizing her well-being